Hey everyone, it's Jeannie from Maywood Vacuum and Sewing, and I'm going to show you how I complete the March Wallflower Mystery Quilt block, because I haven't been pressing and trimming in front of you, and some of you might be really new to Kimberbell. So I'm going to show you what I do to make my blocks perfect for when I go ahead and put them all together. I'm also going to attach my embellishment, and I'll show you what to do if you didn't get the embellishment kit. So there is an embellishment kit. My recommendation is just get it. Just makes your life so much easier. Hang on a second. Poppy's got something she shouldn't have. So I just love the embellishment kits, and there's usually special stuff in there, and it saves you from having to source things out yourself. So I think it makes it convenient. However, if you don't want to get the embellishment kit, necessity is the mother of invention. So somebody had written in and they were a little upset that there wasn't an embroidery here that could be placed. Number one, you could find an embroidery on your machine, a built-in. You could find a simple flower, and just add it yourself. The other thing you can do is, I know we are crafters and we have lots of stuff in our sewing room. So for me, I used to do a lot of scrapbooking, and I have all of these fabric flowers. So you could go ahead or you could go to the store and get something. I wish I could get this open, huh? Hang on. It was so much easier before. It's genie proof. Oh, you know what? I think. I'm going to pause this while I get this off. I figured out it's not the entire outside, just like that. And I love these. I love them because they're dimensional. So you can just go ahead and put something on like that. And then I have tons of, these are called brads. And I have like little rhinestoney ones. So in lots of different colors. I think I'm probably going to end up using one of these. What's really nice about it, and anything I can do to not have to sew is great. So I can just poke a hole in here, put it through, and then just spread it open. It's, what did you call those things? But these spread open. And then you can kind of cinch it down. So I have these. You could layer them too. I also have smaller ones. And with the smaller ones, I was thinking I could just go ahead and pick a big one and a small one and just kind of layer it. And then use a pretty brad, any color. And then I also have tons of buttons. So if you don't want to use a brad, or you don't have these, because not everyone has these sitting around, you could just grab a button and then use a button to sew it down. So after I layer those, I can just pop on a little button, and then look how cute that is. So lots of different options. So find an embroidery. You can put an embroidery on that spot. If you don't have the embellishment kit, maybe you have something in your stash that you can work with. I mean, we have tons of stuff. You could hand cut a flower. Like, there's no reason why you couldn't just go ahead and hand cut something. Hand cut some felt flowers and just go ahead and put those down. So I am going to use this later when I do the class. Actually, no, I have two of these. So, I'm not going to put these down. I totally forgot. I might put them down on my Minky Kim because I'm not going to have enough. So, but I did want to show that to you and just let you know, don't worry about it. You have lots of different options. If you don't have the kit, you can just go ahead and find something, hand cut something. You could use, I mean, there's so many things that you could do. You could find a flower embroidery and just choose one and place it there, stitch it down there later. So I don't want you to be sad and feel like you're missing out. You're going to find something that's going to look even more incredible. So these are the flowers that came with this. And what I like is they're felt. And what I like about felt is we can just go ahead and, oh, look at that. Which direction should I come from? Because you really have lots of options how you want to unfold this and lay it down. And for me, I do not like hand sewing. If I can avoid it, I'm going to avoid it. So it's pretty thick. And I think what you're going to have to do, I'm going to save this one and I'll do this in our little class. It's pretty thick, so hand sewing is going to be the best. What I'm going to do, though, is I'm going to find some glitter thread that I can just put down, bring up, and then tie like a little messy knot. That's going to be super cute. I'm just planning as I go. When you go to press your blocks out, what I want you to do is I want you to turn them upside down. You're going to use some kind of moisture. You don't have to use Best Press. I usually just do it with water. Into a wool mat. I use double wool mats when I'm on top of my cutting mat because I have warped a cutting mat before. It's not safe to just use one mat and press through, even two mats. You probably shouldn't do it, but this is how I keep my things set up. I like to look at the fabric to see if it's directional, because if it is striped or there's some kind of bold direction, then I like to press in the direction of that pattern so it doesn't look really wonky later. This one doesn't have it, but even still, I usually go up and down first, and then I'll go left to right, and I'll just do like small motions. I am aggressive presser. I want it to lay flat. The more flat it lays, the better it'll look when you go ahead and stitch it all together. And you can press from the front too, but I really like to press from the back side. You're going to press until it's dry, and your goal is to have this lay flat. You might get some puckering down here, so just give that a good press. What if you don't have a wool mat? I would invest in an OESD pressing cloth, because those really work magic too. Okay, next thing you're going to do, get yourself a rotating mat. We sell the Martelli mat. It's a set with the rotating base and then the top. The other thing we sell is the Sue Daly, and her stuff is nice too, and it's like half the price. So if you have any questions, you can call the store. Pop rulers. This is why you want to make a zippy bag. The zippy bag fits your pop ruler perfectly, and it fits the, I'm trying to tighten up my filming arm and it's dropping. So I'm going to grab this. So this is what Karen Bowl taught me. You know, it's so nice to sew with people because they show you things and you're like, oh, I didn't know. This will perfectly fit your rectangular and your square set in here. And I'm going to grab this 6x8. This looks bigger. Yeah, that's a square. Let me grab, there we go. Here's my 6x8. You want to make sure you have the little gummies on here so it doesn't slip around. And look, I put my gummies on the wrong side. Put them on the smoother side is where you want to put your gummies. You are going to frame this. That is why I like a color that you can see. Because if it was white on white, it's harder to see. You're going to, whoops, gummies have to go this way. You're going to frame it. And I like to look from straight up above. And it's never going to fit your stitch perfectly, especially as you stitch, your fabric kind of pulls in. But you're going to frame it the best you can. So it looks like it's pretty equidistant all the way around. And that looks pretty good. And I don't worry if it's not perfect. Okay. Pop ruler. First time I used it, I went and cut right into my block, and I threw them to the side, and I said, I'm never using those again. Those are stupid. But what I realized was I was stupid, not my pop rulers. When you're cutting, you want to give it a little pressure to the outside. If you're a lefty, you're going to, obviously get pressure that way. But just be deliberate, mindful, and make sure that you're leaning your blade in this way, not into the pop ruler, but this way, and that you don't go crazy and cut into your block. You're going to come right down here, push in, and I walk my hands up as I go. I'm going to hold the ruler and the entire block and rotate. And rotate. And I find that my blade's pretty old. I find the newer my blade is, the more perfect the cuts are in the corner. And that if I if I have like an older blade, I have to do like, see how it has like a little thread right there. I might have to just give it one little cut right in the corner. Not a big deal. I love my pop rulers. There are times that I use regular rulers, but I do love my pop rulers. Okay, I'm going to grab some fun thread. I just grabbed a little selection. This is like one of my favorite threads ever. This is made by Wonderfield. It's called Glamour. I'm going to start using this more and more. And let's pick a color that's going to look really pretty. I mean, that would be great. Oh, you know what? I'm doing the pink. So, and I'm going to need a little bit of a bigger eye needle. Oh, you're wondering why I'm putting on my lipstick? Well, I'm not. They're actually needles. Isn't that so much fun? So I'm going to grab the big fat one. And I've never even used this color before. I'm planning a IQ designer class. And in the class, we are going to be using Glamour because we're going to do IQ designer and then serger. So I'm just going to grab a piece like that big. Does not have to be long. Oh my God, these are so fun. I mean, aren't these gorgeous? And they're not too heavy. So it reminds me of the Razzle Dazzle, but not as heavy. So I love it. There go my needles. I'm going to thread her up. This will be the hardest part of my day. Okay. And I'm not even going to tie a knot in it. Let me go ahead and pick where I want this to go and how I want it to lay, because I want it to be kind of fluffy. I'm just going to kind of pick the center, put my needle through, and I'm going to center it to the end of this stitch. And I'm going to leave those threads up just like that because I want to use them to tie off. And let me go through the other side. And it's felt, so it goes through nice and easy. And I'm going to bring it up. And you can do this any way you want. Initially, I thought I was going to do this on the sewing machine with the buttonhole stitch or the button sewing on stitch, because I literally do not like hand sewing, but I like this better because I want it to be, okay, I'm going to go back up one more time. And then I'm going to tie it off. Now let's go ahead and tie it. I'm going to tie it twice so it doesn't come undone. There's one. And I'm going to tie it one more time. And I'm going to cut these threads so they're probably about like 1/4 of an inch long. And then maybe I can fray them up a little bit. Oh, shoot. Is it coming undone? It might be coming undone. And if it's coming undone, I'm just going to give it a little, I'm going to do that one more time. It was a little too close, I think. And then I will, I'm going to give it a little dollop of glue. Because that did fray. This time I'm going to go just down once and back up again because my thread is getting short. Okay. It's getting short because I cut it. All right. I'm going to tie this off. Sorry, I'm working with shorter thread now. Hang on. Hang on. It was supposed to be much easier than this. I think the fraying did me in. Okay, here we go. Let's do it like this. There's one knot. Let's do one more knot. Make those even. I'll go this way. Okay, this is how to do it the hard way, because my threads are really short now. I'm going to give it a little dollop of glue, and then we'll let it dry, and then I'll trim it. There we go. I got them both. Okay, glue. Glue, glue, glue. I really love this. I have E6000. I don't even know if they make this anymore. But, or, you know, I would use like a little fray check or something like that. Just any kind of glue. And sometimes I gotta poke a hole because it's been unused for a while. Oh yeah, that would have never have come out. Let's see if it comes out now. Oh, there was a big plug there. Whoop! That was a lot. Okay, we are done with that. Any kind of glue. He is sewed on. I'm going to put this back where it goes before I lose it. That is what my brain likes to do, is lose stuff, not put it away. Then have some kind of loose needle sitting around. And maybe I'll cut these a little bit. That doesn't even twist on. A little bit longer. And I'm not going to fray it. I'll just kind of fray it a little bit later on. And you have your little tie off. If you don't like that, you could do a button, put a button on there, and then or you could do a little brad. You can do whatever you want to put that on. But mine is done. I'll do the other one later on. But I just wanted to show you how I trim, how I press, and give you some other options for if you didn't get that embellishment kit. And that's it. Thanks so much, guys. I'll see you later. I'll see you on Friday for our real sew along. Bye.